What's up? It's your girl Shayla T and welcome back to another video. So today we're just going to jump right into it. So today we're going to be talking about the holiday season and grief. I'm going to be doing a part 2 with the holiday season and the anxiety you get. Grief and the holidays are especially hard when you lose someone. It's hard to sometimes feel celebratory or feel the Christmas spirit. So what we're going to do is talk about ways that we can externalize grief around this holiday season. So I know it's hard, but try not to avoid grief and pain. Rather, lean into that grief and the pain that you are feeling, because grief is not just pain. Grief is also love, grief is also appreciation, and grief is also emotion. So you don't want to suppress those things. You want to lean into it and really feel it. I know that's easier said than done and sometimes almost feels impossible, but it's okay to feel all of those emotions, because again, grief is not just the pain. It's also your emotions. It's also love. It's a lot of things. It's just everything that you are feeling. So we're going to be talking about some ways that you can kind of externalize. So like put that grief out into the atmosphere, some healthy, some happy, some ways that you can externalize your grief this holiday season. So one thing I have is that you can light a candle and say a prayer. I know it's kind of like, you can do this with your family. You can do this solo. You can, get a meaningful candle, depending on what religion that you are. But saying a prayer or, meditating, whatever you choose to do, it can be beneficial because it's ways that you are externalizing that grief. Lighting a candle and saying a prayer is getting you connected to your grief in an external way. So it's something that you can do to pretty much honor your grief and honor your loved ones. Another thing is share your favorite story. It doesn't have to be sad. It doesn't have to be, too happy. It could just be your favorite story of you with that person, your favorite story that is funny, your favorite story that meant a lot to you. Sharing that story is going to have you not just thinking about your grief, but having you think about that moment in time that you had with that person. And again, it's not just a person that may have died. It's a person that may have left your life. It's a person who may have walked out of your life. It's just a person that you may not be connected with at the moment. Grief is not just for someone who passed away, but again, around the holiday seasons, especially when you have lost someone and someone has passed on, it can get really hard. So ways to cope: simply cancel the holidays. Yes, cancel the holidays. I know you're like, that sounds crazy, but no, it's really not. You may just need to cancel the holidays and don't feel bad about it. Take a year off, especially if you are not feeling it. The holidays will come around again. So especially if this is a fresh loss or it's just something, you're feeling like it's just not my year, cancel the holidays and do not feel bad about it. Again, like I said, it will come around again. You may not feel this way next year, but if you are feeling like it's too much, I suggest canceling it altogether. Journal. Especially when you're having a bad day, a hard day, put it on the paper. Write it down. It's not just you keeping it all bottled in. You get your journal, you write down how you're feeling, especially during those tough and hard days. It can definitely be helpful. So pick up a journal. You can get them anywhere, even at your local dollar store. It can just be a composition notebook, anything that helps you write down the feelings that you are feeling during this moment in your grief process. Go to a grief group. It's helpful talking to other people, especially other people who may be feeling the same way as you, who may be having, the same tough times that you are around this holiday season. It's always good to talk to someone, but especially good to talk to someone who can relate and someone who's going through a similar journey. Now, I know this might be especially hard, but seek gratitude. And I know you're like, seeking gratitude in the midst of grief sounds like, okay, not that good of a plan, but try to find at least one thing that you are grateful for every day. Gratitude makes you feel good. Even though you might be going through this tough time, just finding at least one thing that you are grateful for could be definitely helpful as well. Another thing, like I mentioned earlier, is meditation. Meditate. Let your mind completely take a break. Now, meditation is not as easy as one thinks. You think you can just sit there and breathe in and breathe out, but really, really work on having a really good meditation time in releasing your mind, releasing it from all of the thoughts that go through and out of your mind. If you can just meditate for at least 5-10 minutes, 30 minutes if you're really up for the challenge, have your mind go silent. Just think of nothing. It's definitely helpful. It's a skill to de-stress. I have a playlist, so I'll put it right here. I am definitely meditating, at least trying to meditate every day. But even if you can do it once a week, work your way up. Give your mind a mental break. Trust me. It's really worth it. Say yes to help. I know this is another one that can be really, really hard. But if someone is wanting to be there for you and offering help, just say yes. It could be as simple as taking the kids off of your hands. It could be as simple as somebody wanting to, maybe give you gifts, someone wanting to, just listen and be there for you. A lot of times you want to curl up and be to yourself, but saying yes to help and having people around you who are willing and want to help you can be definitely a stress reliever and one less thing that you have to worry about during this process. So say yes to help. It's really good, especially if you have people in your corner who are willing and wanting to help you. Or ask for help if people aren't offering. And I know you're like, oh no, I don't ask for anything. And I know that's a struggle. It's hard for me to ask for help. Like, no matter what, it's just hard for me to ask for help. But even if no one's offering, ask. People may just not want to offer help because they may not know the right things to say. They may not want to, bring up the emotions, but you may just have to ask, especially people that you love and trust, ask them for help. It could be very helpful for you, and it could just be that, that person didn't know how to be there and didn't know how to help. But if you can ask for help, I know it's hard. It's hard to ask for help, but if you try, maybe, just maybe, the end result might be really, really good. It might be that you connected and you got something that you didn't even know you were needing, but it's okay to ask for help. So I really, really suggest it. And last but not least, it is okay. I'm giving you permission, but give yourself permission to be happy. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to smile. That does not diminish the love that you have, how much you may miss the person who is not there. Don't feel guilty or feel bad about the joy that you may find in this season. So even if you don't want to cancel the holidays altogether, maybe this is your favorite season. Maybe you love Christmas. Maybe you love decorating. Don't feel guilty or feel bad about finding the joy, because literally you have to find the joy in your day-to-day existence, in your day-to-day life, and your loved one who may not be here anymore, or the person who you may fell out with, whatever the circumstance may be. Overall, people who truly love you or loved you, overall, they would want you to find that joy. They will want you to find that happiness. So don't feel bad. And I know it's hard. You feel guilty. You feel bad. Try to find joy, because that joy could be what gets you through the day. So that's all that I have for today. I know it's a bit heavy, but we just have to talk about it. The holiday seasons are not all about the fun times and the Christmas gifts. Sometimes it can be a time for grieving and a time of loss, but how you get through that and ways to externalize it are definitely helpful, especially to your mental health. So I want to know what y'all think. Please leave a comment down below if you've seen this. Even if you're not grieving, I just want to do a mental health check. How are you doing? I am always here to help. I am going to leave my email down below as well. So if you ever want to reach out to me, I am always here. No matter who you are, I am always here. So this is just a mental health check. Want to make sure everyone is doing well. Even if you're doing well, drop that in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so that way you will be notified when I upload. And I am out.